is part of the program is will be something I am looking forward to share with you, because it is now going to be something about our school. The school that we are located actually an hour south of Washington, D.C. As you already know, we are called Hartland College. And if you haven't seen the promo before the program started, I'll show it again after the program. But during the time when I was helping them out at the Advancement and Development Department over at Hartland College, we came up with an idea of having to capture the stories of all the students, not all, some of the students that are studying there. As many of you already know, we are an international student school that want to train to become missionaries for God. And this particular, I'll be showing you two videos. One will be on this student, and his name is Ye. And I'll give you a little bit of background before I show the video. I met Ye back in 2015 when we had a mission trip to Thailand. And when we went there, we visited the people of the Karen people. These people don't have a country. They don't have a country, but there's a lot of them. And some of them even are still in refugee camps, and the biggest refugee camp is about 2,000 meters square. Now, how many of you can guess how many people are inside that 2,000 meters square area? Can you guess how many people are in there? Oh, and to make things worse, there's a big, huge mountain in the center of that refugee camp. Anyone want to pick a number? Okay. Now, in that refugee camp, there's about 70,000 people living in that small space. So you can imagine how hard it is for them to be able to live in that environment. So, and this video, I'll be showing it to you soon, is, his name is Ye, which I said already a while ago. He's a really good friend of mine, and I hope that you will be blessed by his story.
Người ta chưa có cho áo màu kita keluar nama dulu aku apa dulu tak kita pun ibu apa dulu awal pemanfaat jadi celular aku pada cerita am yo saya ada lagi kita tu bisa lihat ada dua macam ini lagi nama pada nama kita orang hadu kan kalau kedua tak saya aku ini kalau kita awal pasti pun saya lagi pasti untuk orang kita bisa dan kita sudah naik dan akibat orang ke tak boleh kita dan lagi ada manusia hama dan hidup di sini ada juga nah bicara bercerita bicara kau bicara mula ni nak bukan sahaja jemur ni awal aku tinggal di Ojiba tapi saya kalau berdoa di dalam terus cucian pas ni dia ada awal mampu awalnya. Mulai jemur tewarana, jemur tewarana awal orang baju tu ada, akhirnya kalau kita orang baju kalau tahu tu, dia awal bukan ni, awal baju bukan satu ni akhirnya semalam ni tak boleh nampak awal cucian ni mahal cucian ni lah. Kalau jemur kalau awal aku berjalan lagi awal cucian lagi bawa. So ni jauh hari ni nak aku di rumah ni nak tahu nak di mana mana kita mana di sini nak tahu ini kita dah tahu nama lagi di nak tahu ini. Kalau dia lepas bercuba ni. Oke, coba lagi cara malu bakar kita lagi realisasi dan kita buat realisasi pun di cara hak orang kita lagi ini ada pada tilam muka lah orang style mulai awal tak ini mulai ini nak style sebenarnya nah di dalam dua letak maka tak boleh di depan sekolah naik sana itu kita nak tahu lepas mahu hai kita perlu dalam apa boleh intinya kita dalam mulai orang dia to terkait le aktif layaran aktif seraya tahu awal ila kuala yang kabur dari tahun dari pada kabur lakukan awal ya dia gila tak mula tak pasu lalu akhirnya jadi kita ini dari dia di depan ini kita saya sini saya kabur kita sini persegi nama rumah saya tak kita apa sudah letak kota kena punya saya gọi ra thì nó lên cháu cũng nó là cái gọi ra cái sai sự gì nó cái khi vừa ra là cháu
So basically, in a nutshell, for those of you that didn't understand, I apologize. And the subtitles were a bit too short, too small. In a nutshell, basically, he was telling his testimony of how he had struggled throughout his childhood. He lost his father when he was about 10 years old. No, 13, sorry. 13? 15. Yes, 15 years old. And he lost his father in a way that was very traumatizing to him. And he didn't have a father figure after that. He had to learn how to be the man of the family up until, when that situation happened. And so he found his real father, which is Jesus, when he went to a missionary school over at Thailand. So the next video that we will be showing is a bit of a miracle too. And I'll ask my friend Glenn here to introduce how that video came about.
So the next video we worked on was one of our friends. His name is Miguel, and apparently he's actually a person who came out of the gay lifestyle. And he was a part of the gay lifestyle, and he was really gay and proud and all of that. And the funny thing was, I think this month or last month was Gay Pride Month. And if you walk through DC, you can see the flags, the colorful flags, and people having their parades, and everyone, some of my friends are like, yes, I'm finally out there, I'm gay and I'm free. And some people from the church are like, oh, get out of the church. And there's always the other extreme too. So this friend of ours, who's now a student at Hartland, we asked him some questions. We wanted to find out what his past was like. And we had the opportunity to interview him and make this short docu-story about him. And that was an experience, even making the film, because I remember the first time we started interviewing him, we had two cameras, like on both sides. And then during the interview, both the cameras just stopped working, like the battery heated up. And the second time, for both the cameras, the SD cards were just full. And that has never happened before for both the cameras at the same time. I'm like, wait, what? Who's doing this? And then throughout the month, it took a month for us to finish this. Things just started getting worse and worse. We're like, God, why? It doesn't make sense, have you ever played with puzzles? What's it called, puzzles? Oh yeah, puzzles. Where you have like 500 of them and you're like, oh, what do I do with this? But then slowly, one by one, even though it doesn't make sense, it starts to fit into pieces. They start coming together, and in the end you can step back and say like, wow, like this makes sense. So it was the same with this experience, with this story, and as you watch it, I hope that you understand the backstory behind his lifestyle and how he got to meet Jesus despite all of what he went through. So hope you'll be blessed.
I just overcame. The beauty of my story is that I had a struggle in Jesus as my Savior. Ever since I was a kid, I hated my mother because she was an alcoholic. She was barely even present in my life. And she was very abusive, verbally and physically. I had hatred in my heart for my mother. And I didn't really want to be around her. place for me because of my mother's behavior and the way that she treated me. Because when I was a child, I couldn't differentiate from how I felt to what happened to me. Like I couldn't put together that I had been physically and sexually abused when I was 4 years old by a man. You know, I couldn't put together that my mom kept coming home with different men all the time, and that she would tell me that every time that she would bring a man home, that this was my new father. You know, and so my identity started to shape according to the man that she was with. So I grew up very distant from her. I really didn't even want to be in my house, so I would make myself excuses like, you know, going to parties and being with other friends just to not be home because I did not want to be around her. It took a lot for me to learn how to forgive her. You know, and I never really like hated women, but because I hated my mother, then I understood later on how my attraction for the same sex became even more harder because I was already about to my own mother. I started to fantasize in my mind towards the same sex. You know, my very friends that I played with, I didn't know why that happened, but I just felt like I was the only one and that was normal. But I just didn't know how to control it. So to me, it was just something that was in the back of my mind. But after so much confirmation that I received, you know, from people calling me, you know, different names like, you know, gay, sissy, and so on, it just started to become something that I thought that this is who I was because this is what everybody thought I was. The idea became more comfortable in my mind. Like, why try to hide something that everybody is saying that I am? I should just be that so that everybody can just be comfortable. I was in my room by myself, and I just felt like I needed to accept myself. So I went to the mirror and I said, you know, I'm bisexual. I'm bisexual. And I just started repeating it over and over again. And I called my friend and I said, hey, you know, I just want to let you know that I'm bisexual. You know, what do you think? And so my friend said, oh wow, now I have a gay friend that I can go shopping with. You know, so to me that was just like, I was like, wow, you know, people will accept me for being this, so I can do this. So, but I knew that wasn't the whole truth. So I went back to the mirror and I started to say, no, I'm gay. And saying it over and over again, looking at myself so that I can accept who I thought I was. And from that day on, it was normal for me to feel this way, walk in society, letting people know that this is who I am, you know, boldly. I had that statement written in my attitude, in the way that I dressed, the people that I hung out with. It was written that I was gay because that's what society said that I should do. The church found out about it, and there was a leader in the church who called me to come to church because they wanted to talk to me. And they brought the topic up, you know, about my sexuality. If you keep being this way, you're going to go to hell. And then I turned and I looked at the person and I said, well, if that's the case, then I might as well go to hell because this is who I am. You know, if I'm going to hell for believing in who I think I am, then I might as well just burn in hell. And so I didn't feel like there was any hope there. You know, there was no hope. So while the world had accepted me, you know, the church had basically closed its doors. I didn't belong there anymore. You know, why even go there again? But I thought that was what was going to set me free. You know, accepting this. And it didn't set me free. It actually made me feel more of a prisoner. Because I accepted that this is who I was. You know, there was no escape from the emotional baggage that I had in the freedom that I thought I had. I was a dancer. And dancing to me became my escape from reality. Music was what I used to not feel that the things that were going on around me were real. You know, I would put the music on and I would dance, and it just felt like life was good. And I had auditioned for a play, and I was one of the background dancers for this play. And on that particular day, the director told us to lie down on the stage and to picture that we were the character that we were going to play. And I don't know why, but to me it just didn't feel right. So I just opened my eyes and I looked at the bright lights, you know, on the ceiling, and I had this internal feeling like I don't belong here anymore. And I feel like that was God speaking to me. I had a partner, and he had told me that I was not spending enough time with him. But then a week after I leaving dance school, my partner at the time, he broke up with me. My life just completely changed because here I was doing the thing that I like to do the most and being with someone, you know, someone that I thought that I was going to be with for the rest of my life. And both of those things just ended for me just like this. So I had left his home that night that we broke up, and it was a very dark night, and I'm just walking down the street, and I'm talking to God, and I said, God, you know, I asked you to bring someone in my life that I can be with for the rest of my life so that I can find true love. And what happened? The impression that I felt was, well, here I have been all along, and I haven't ignored it. You know, I am the true love that you need. And I realized that all along, I was trying to fabricate what I thought that I needed, what in essence what I needed was God. It's almost as if being back in that environment, per se, doesn't have any power over me, because that's not who I am anymore. And, you know, here I am, somebody who came from a past that is deep unredeemable, to go and be a witness of redemption. You know, Christ has placed us in this earth, no matter how weak we may be, to be a helping agent to somebody else. In order for me to change, I needed to get away from my environment. Because even though I had made the decision to change, I was still very much stuck. You know, I was still hanging out with people that I know I shouldn't hang out with. So that's how I basically came to Hartland. When I physically saw it, and when I felt the spiritual environment here, I felt this is where God was bringing me. This place was the environment that I very much needed. I would tell myself that perhaps if I can come to Hartland, I will come when I was ready, because I feel like I wasn't ready spiritually. But God saw that I come to Hartland at that time, because perhaps if I didn't come when I came, I would have never come. So regardless of Hartland not being the place that I used to be in, you know, the environment that I came out of, the enemy still found a way to bring a situation to show me that I was very much weak, you know, and I found myself dealing with a situation that has to do with, you know, with my history, and that made me really see that I was trying to overcome my own strength, because I was not really praying, I was not really relying on God, I wasn't really claiming His promises. I just believed that I could change and that I just can't hold on to that. But then when I came through an experience where I saw my weakness, I started to see that I needed God. And so that experience led me to have some rehabilitation and to really just see that I needed help. You would never think that God would use experiences like that to teach you how to forgive people that hurt you. You know, because I've been hurt so many times in the past, but here I am exercising forgiveness. You know, people make mistakes and people are just as vulnerable as I am. I went through that downfall, but that downfall was in itself what I can say today that I needed, because I would probably not be the same person if it wasn't for that. Kind of going back to the places that I've been to and letting other people know, hey, you know, you don't have to stay stuck to this. You're not bound by your circumstances. You're not bound by your pain. You know, God is much stronger than that. And there is a way to go. Just like there was a way in, trust me, the door is there. It's just that the enemy doesn't want you to see that's there. But God is going to open the door wide open when you allow Him to open that door for you. It's like a completely different. Like when I'm telling you my story, it really feels like I'm telling you somebody else's story. Because it feels like I didn't even live this. That's how much of a new creature I believe that I am. You know, I'm not going to hold on to who I used to be and say, oh man, I'm still struggling. I'm going to continue in my victory, claiming that I am the new creature that Christ has made me to be. So the victory is not just for me to say, hooray, I made it. No, it's for me to go out and share it because there's somebody else out there who needs the light. The beauty of my story is not so much that I did it, I just like overcame. The beauty of my story is that I had a struggle in Jesus as my Savior. So, guys. One of the tools that God has used to greatly help me in my journey is a ministry called Coming Out Ministries. I had received a book from one of the members, his name is Ron Woolsey, and I became acquainted with their ministry, and when I got to meet them in person and let them know my story, I started to work with them in different things. And God has very much used that ministry to bless many people around the world. Such as myself, to let them know that there is victory. And I'm very much thankful for that ministry and the work that they do. And I seek to also one day perhaps work with them to be a part of the solution.
Yes. That was a long break after the lecture, but we're at the best part of this program. Every time you're at school, what is the best part of school? Exams, isn't it? Anyway, no one agrees? Okay, yes, I hear someone say yes. So we're gonna do